Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Here's Might and Magic 3. We left off, we played To Kill a Hero, and now, basically we had to take on Zeron, and we got the Armageddon Blade, so now we're doing Oblivion's Edge, where we are Galoo, and we're going to go take the Armageddon Blade to Eofol. Ooh, 25 sharpshooters. I think I like that. They're very strong. I'm not going to split them up. History. You have 60 days to take Galoo for Galoo to take Armageddon's blade to the Eofol capital of Krelab before the force of the dungeon overlords arrive to reinforce King Lucifer. So
Armageddon's blade is no longer a threat. However, King Lucifer Cregan still sits upon the throne of Eofol. What few clans remain have rallied to defend their king and his lost cause. Arathian spies tell us the Demon King has requested support from the dungeon overlords of Nyon. We cannot confirm this. If it is true, we cannot allow Lucifer to receive this aid. We must dethrone the Demon King. Time is short, but now we wield Armageddon's blade. It is time we take Armageddon into the heart of hell itself.
Aaron has been defeated but managed to teleport away before he could be finished off. Still, we now possess the blade, and it is time to end this. The last remnants of the Cregan clans have chosen their capital city of Krelab to make their stand. We've outnumbered them, however, they are still powerful, and they may yet take the day with some help. Our spies have learned that King Lucifer, in desperation, has sent a missionary to the overlords and warlocks of Nyon to beseech them for aid. We have no way of knowing if they said yes or not, therefore we must fear the worst. At the earliest, it would take an army from Nyon some 60 days to reach the valley. We must hurry. King Lucifer must be slain. Before that time, all that stands in our way is the remaining members of Sons of Erebus and supposedly Zeron, the chosen to stand by his king till the very last. They will be dug in quite heavily, so gathering powerful forces is imperative. May the light shine down upon and bless this undertaking. All the Anagarish depends on our success. Good luck to us all. I can't see that sulfur. During the early hours of after breakfast, a runner reports to Catherine that some outer patrols have captured an apprentice warlock apparently on his way to Kreela. On his person, they found a note addressed to King Lucifer. Upon closer inspection of the note, it reveals their worst fears. The Overlord and Igon have indeed allied themselves with the devils of Eothol once again. A sizable army traveling underground from land of not from the land of Igon is on the way and expected in some 50 days or so. Catherine blanched at the news, yet nothing to the people under her command. She has to be strong at this most dangerous point in their war. Any signs of weakness might lessen their chances of success. Time is not only of the essence at this point, it's a crucial obstacle to overcome. Last eve, as Glue lay sleeping in his bunk, an odd dream came to him. It was filled with visions of glorious battles and immense personal power being heaped upon him. He saw himself chosen by General Kendall as the new king of Rathia. Later, he saw himself as ending the feuds in the Anagarish and being named leader of the entire continent. He saw Anagarish finally at peace. All the while, in the background was a lovely woman, her eyes the color of emeralds, her skin was like fine silk, her hair the color of steel. She was intoxicating, invigorating, and mysterious in every sequence of this possible future he saw. There she was, and she gave him... There she was, and she gave him a sense of calm and strength. The last image he witnessed before waking was that a finely crafted sword. Instantly, he knew this was the key to which he dreamt of. He immediately knew this sword was to be his and had been instrumental in creating the world in which he lived during that dream. The sword mysteriously looked mysteriously like the Armageddon blade. So what we're gonna do here, pop him out of there. Lembria. Here. Lembria. Not gonna worry about that at this point. What I need to do is get her back to a place now, unless there's a... In the darkness hours before dawn, Catherine is woken by a soft wind blowing across her body, caressing it like Roland often had, pleasant and loving. She turns, expecting to see her loving husband there with her, when she sees a figure in azure robes trimmed in silver runic writing. The figure simply stands there, not saying a word. Greetings tomorrow. What are you doing here? What visions have you come to warn me about now? Catherine asked, annoyed the fact that it's not Roland. Have him impart some wisdom on you, Queen of Enron. Tamar says in that soft whisper of a voice, the pale warrior often called the Devil's Bane. I've foreseen to be a great import in your endeavor. He alone is the key to victory here. You must see he is given the blade and sent to Krila to face King Lucifer. He has a destiny to fulfill that no one must be allowed to interfere with, for it is his to fall. Everything shall turn to chaos. Oceans will boil, and the ground will swallow entire cities, and everyone will die a horrifying death. I do not think that you want this possibility to come to pass. Am I wrong? Catherine stands at the shrouded face of this elemental lord and sighs, no, of course not. As I suspected, so rest now, Catherine Iron Fist, for the days ahead shall be plagued by troubles and filled with glorious victories, and you shall prevail if you trust your heart and relax your mind. Heart is the one thing the devils cannot crush. Use it as your most prominent weapon. Good luck. I pray you will be well, as I do for those under your command. With that, Tamar vanishes as if he had never come, as if he were a mere dream, exhausted and confused somewhat. Kat goes back to sleep, and her task is set before her. Galu is the one that must bear the blade to Krila and kill King Lucifer. It seems a task easier said than done. Just gonna stay right there. Always am probably going to go backwards. I've lost a few times at this point because I got him, basically caught up in the spot he should be. To get all this stuff, I'm gonna... Oh, no, it's just a... I didn't even see that guy. It looks like a person. This is just one little pixel. Let's see here. These guys. Message was received by all this morning informing the leaders of Captain's army about the fate of Selene. Selene was judged by General Kendall, appointed adjudicator Johannes Bone, and sentenced to live out his miserable life in prison, performing acts of hard labor and housed alone, so he may contemplate that which he has done. You know what? What's up here? Sokone. I last saw him going this way. Don't know where he went. That scared the crap out of me. Is there like a view map? There was like a... where that was. Right now. Oh, man. Nice to have Catherine being able to do that, because... way too dangerous. They're on. take Zeron out, I think I'll be alright. I shouldn't be screwing around here. In the morning, a legion of halfling slingers from Tavin's guerrillas stopped by to inform Blue they have struck a blow for his army. A lackey of Zeron had been slain while on the mission for his lord. The Archdevil Zex was now and forever dead. Glue, smiling, addressed his troops and tells them the good news. Once the cheers begin to die down, he sets upon his task of taking Kriela sooner. Their spirits high, they accept his challenge with great aplomb. Nothing could stop them now. Chilling there for a day. You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me I screwed that up. Shouldn't have done that. Gotta be kidding me. No way. Oh. I don't even know how that happened. I'm getting him out of there. I'm actually gonna do this. I know he's over here somewhere. I don't know why he decided not to attack after all that. It's very strange in my opinion, but I'll take it. Try. Might as well. Bam. That guy basically has to leave because I think the only other... What do I have to do now? Well, lay sleeping in his bed last eve, drenched in sweat, his mind racing and filled with visions of vengeance and malice. As he slept, the heat brought with him dreams of places and people long forgotten, as well as specters of recent events. As the heat rose, so did the intensity of the dreams, each coming faster and more powerful than last. Some came as ghosts, others came as visions of warning, but all pointed to one thing. He was headed down a dark path. One of the most powerful of the dreams was a visit from a long-haired old man with long, wizened features and gnarled fingers. He spoke in raspy voice of the dead. King Roland, I have come to with you a tale. 'Tis a tale of vengeance and suffering, pain and loss. I was once a mage of great repute in Bracada, but was stripped of my title of Archmage and sentenced to become just a lowly alchemist for the crime of being far too mercenary in my ways. This, however, was where I thrived. My skill was as a weaponsmith and alchemist when unchallenged, and I was hailed as a hero by some. I made weapons for kings and priests, lords and ruffians. Anyone and everyone with the gold could purchase my services, both on the side of light and dark. I did not care. But then came Zeron and this terrible request. He fed my greed and anger at being used and abused by those who claimed to be my superiors by giving me gold and chance of revenge. This burning desire blinded me to the reality of Zeron was a truly evil man, and I paid for my mistakes with my life and immortal soul. I stand before you now, roll an iron fist to make you see that you are treading down a dark path, a path that will lead you away from your loving wife and son. Uh-oh. Back now, and all shall be forgiven. Ignore my warnings, and forever shall you be like your brother Archibald. Your innocence may be lost, but do not allow your good humor and noble heart to go with it. The image faded and was replaced by that of his father, old King Iron Fist. This image of his father was one long ago nearly forgotten. It had been so many years since his beloved father had passed away. This brought up memories of the indignities and pains he had suffered at the hands of his brother, It also reminded him of the strength he had back then and how he preserved during the succession wars. His father's countenance carried with it a look of disappointment in his noble sons. King Iron Fist simply shook his head and walked away back into the shadowy fog of death. Roland awoke with a shock, calling out to his father's name and reaching for his hand. Realizing it had been a mere dream, he lay back down, returned to sleep. As he tried to drift back to sleep, into sleep's grasp, he could not help shake the image of his father turning his back on his favored son. Roland understood at the moment what Kanzagar Ghost and Catherine's brother had been trying to tell him. He immediately got dressed and sought out a cleric. He had strayed from the path of light, and it was time to return to the way. What I'm going to do now, first I'm going to teleport here into the Shire. Leave these guys here, and everyone else can stay. Now I'm just going to go around. I guess I'll just go down the list. Doesn't change. Get rid of everything. Each place once. I'm there. Holy crap. Another whole week. Steal my money back. Why wouldn't it give me a heads up? Crap. I thought it would give me a freaking heads up. I thought it was going to give me a heads up, like, hey, you got 5 days to do this. Gotta be kidding me. Actually, let's try this. Shire. I'm going to try something here. What's this one? Actually, that one might be closer. I feel like usually it gives me more of a... like, hey... Alright. Sucks, but... Holy crap, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I figured out that kind of, not glitch, but holy crap. I wish it would have told me. I know I read it.
Lucifer Cregan is dead. The few remaining Cregan clans have gone into hiding. All but a few of the elemental confluxes have disappeared. I am sure we will see them again, if needed. As for myself and Roland, we will soon depart for Enroth, and I will see my son again. As for Zhelyu, I left Armageddon's blade in his hands. Following our victory, he and his guerrilla army vanished into the Erothian forests. I do not know if he intends to destroy the weapon or keep it for himself. In time, I'm sure we will all know.
Crap. I'm so happy I was able to figure that out, because that would have been... Hey, look at that. So I guess when we come back, we'll just do Dragon's Blood. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video.